or something like that. Weird stuff.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, that's one option. I said, how about though, we have, and bear with me, we have each have 16 pieces, 8 pawns, two, 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 and then a king and a queen.
Yeah.
That's 16. How about we use two 8-sided dice?
Oh.
Okay. And if we roll the first die, 1 through 4 is a pawn. Okay. 5 is going to be a rook. 6 will be a bishop. 7 will be a knight. And 8 would be the queen. Then you roll the other 8-sided die. Same thing. 1 through 4, 5, 6, 7 is the same, but 8 is the king. Now, you roll both dice each time you move. And the first roll and the second roll. And if you both moves have to be legal moves. And they can't be the exact same number. So even if you roll a 1 and a 2, a 1 on one die and a 2 on the other, that's pawns, but that's not the same number, so you have to move a pawn. But if you roll a 1 and a 1, you don't have to move a pawn. You can move anything you want, including a pawn.
Okay.
8 and 7 can never be duplicated because 1 is a queen and 1 is a king. I mean 8 and 8. 8 and 8 wouldn't be a dupe because 1 would be a queen and 1 would be a king. Make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. So you can choose which one you're gonna move,
Yes.
which piece. Yeah.
Right. And
Ah,
so
I see.
as long as if both choices are legal and they're not a duplicate, then you have to do one of the two that were given to you. Otherwise, you can move whatever you want.
Yeah.
All right. So that makes sense to you?
Yeah. Yeah. I
Because
think I understand.
all right. Now I played it last night with 8-sided die roller. Here we go. I did it last night with my student. I did a hour and a half long lesson, and I did it with my student, and I beat him. But I felt like if I had gotten all I had to do is what would have had to do was have gotten his rolls and he got my rolls. I think he would have won. Okay, I
Yeah.
mean that's how close it makes it. I think it easily could have been that way. All right, so would you mind trying it with me because you're better than me, and if
Yeah.
I can beat
Let's
you
do
with
it.
this, then we know it's an equalizer, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it should be pretty random. Pretty random.
It is. It is. Thanks, Gridiron. Man, as always, Gridiron, you're so nice. I really appreciate the subscription. You've been doing it 16 months. Wow, that's
That's a
over a
long time.
year. Yeah, I think if when you hit 2 years or a year and a half, I need to do some kind of special celebration, give you like a special lesson. I don't know. We need to do something. Just get you on stream with me. You got to talk. We're doing great. We're doing great. All right, so we're gonna try this out if you don't mind. All right. So what
Yeah.
I did
Sounds
was,
fun. Sounds fun.
all right, let me invite you. We need to study together because so the other thing, I don't know how to do this yet because it should be timed, right? You should only get so much time for each move. I think each move would be better than trying to do the whole game. So like maybe
Yeah.
20 seconds or 30 seconds per move. Because otherwise,
True.
we don't want you to think too hard. We want you to have it should be fun. But I did it last night in a study, so that way, because he kept moving before he knew what the dice was, and then he had to take
Ah.
back the move. So it's a lot easier, right, in a study. And I think
Yeah. True.
if we just reasonably say, hey, you got to take the same amount of time. Okay, let me invite you to this study. It doesn't matter. It's the one I used for teaching. Wow,
Mm.
you actually have NM as part of your username. I didn't realize that you could do that. That's awesome. All right, I invited you
Mm.
to the study. It's called Wallace.
Nice. Lichess is lacking for me somehow.
Okay, take your
Okay, now
time.
I got it. Yeah.
All right,
Sound weird
and
there.
I have here the roll. And what we'll do is we'll just go back and forth with the roll. We'll be able to see it, and then go from there. All right,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
let's try the roll. All right, so do you want white or black?
Oh, doesn't matter.
Okay,
I
let's do a
mean,
new
it has.
chapter. We're gonna do a new chapter so you and I can play in that chapter. And I'm
All
gonna
right.
title it because this, like I said, if I come out close or ahead, or if we think I could have come out close ahead, if if I got the better rolls, then I think it's valid. I think it's valid anyway, except I don't know if I'm stronger than my student was. He's like 1740 something in chess.com. And I know I'm only 1700s in chess.com, although I think I'm better than 1700. But that's what my rating
I think
is.
you should be, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. But, I mean, it's hard to say for sure that it's accurate because of that. All right, so let's go ahead and so I can show you our game that we played, but let's just play it from scratch, see how you like it also. All right, so I'm going to hit
1 to 4 is pawns. 1 to 4 is pawns.
Yes, 1 to 4. I have it written down. So 1 through 4 is pawns. I'll let you know. Rook is 5, bishop is 6, knight is 7, and then the queen and the king are 8. And it's just depends. The left side will be the first roll because I'm from America. So the left side will be the first roll. And if that's an 8, that's a queen. If the other one, that's an 8, that's a king. And only legal moves. So right now, unless you get a knight and a pawn as you roll, or 2 pawns, you're going to be able to move whatever you want because there won't be any legal moves. Hey, Bumblebee, let me give you my special shout out, which doesn't always show up on your shout outs, by the way, I don't think. And by the way, we're playing Dice Chess, which you might want to play with us next. But if you want to get on stream with us, you can, because my other national master will not be here today. So if you want to join us, you're free. If you're, it's up to you. I know you're busy and all that kind of stuff. So I appreciate you stopping by anyway. And I need to give my first chatter some love here. So let me put him in here real quick. Especially since then he turned around and also renewed his subscription for 16 months straight. I mean, yeah, I got to give him a lot of love. All right, so we're trying this variant. I don't remember if I found it online because the double roll, I think I found online somewhere. I think we found this online. I don't know. But anyway, all righty. So did you want white or black? Did you decide?
I could play black side, yeah.
All right, so first
so I can
roll.
see how it works for you.
Yeah, let's see.
First.
Let's see. So they're both pawns, and they're not the same number, so I have to move a pawn. If they were both 2s or both 1s, I can move a knight. That's all that means. All right, so I move the pawn. You ready? Your roll. Okay, so you have a pawn or a bishop. You cannot legally move a bishop, so you can move anything you want. You do not have to move a pawn. You can move whatever you want because...
All right. So if one of them is illegal, you can...
Right. They both have to be legal, and they can't be a duplicate. They have to be different and both legal.
All right.
At the beginning, it goes like this, but then it gets crazy. All right, so I have a bishop or a rook. All right, so I cannot move a rook. No rooks can move, so I can move whatever I want. I don't have to move the bishop. All right, so I'm going to move a knight because I can move whatever I want. All right, it gets bad in the middle game. You'll see. Bishop or a pawn. And you can move a bishop or a pawn, so you have to move either a bishop or a pawn. Those are your 2 choices.
All right, let's move the bishop.
All right. And it's like, don't even bother looking at the board because until you know what you can legally move. All right, I got a pawn or a bishop. All right, so I'm going to move a bishop. Okay, pawn or bishop. All right, your move. King or queen? You got the, I don't know if it's good or bad, double 8s. So you have to move a king or a queen. By the way, you can't castle unless you get a king move at that right time. So I actually ended up castling like on move like 35 or something.
Okay.
And he never
I'm going to try
castled.
something stupid since this could backfire.
No, this could win the game. This could win the game. Right? If I get something like, I don't know, if I have to move, I don't know. Let's see. Let's just see. But depending on what I get, it could win the game.
It's very hard to actually roll something that doesn't defend. Yeah.
Okay, pawn or bishop. And I know I can move both of those, unfortunately. So I got to move a pawn or a bishop. Wow. Oh, here, something I realized yesterday, so I'm going to tell you because you don't know, because this is new to you. If I take here, right? you're in check. So unless you
yeah.
roll a queen or a king, you'd have to roll a queen and the king, because anything else, right? The other move wouldn't be legal because you're in check. So you're going to get to do whatever you want, and you're going to be able to just take me. Because you'd have to roll a
Okay.
queen and a king, and then even if you did, if you roll both of those, you still get to do whatever you want because that's both of the moves that you'd want. So you're clean. You're clean. All right, I'm going to actually move pawn, that pawn, since I had pawn and I had a bishop. All right, your turn. Pawn and a pawn. All you can do is move a pawn, which actually doesn't turn out too bad for you right at this instance.
Yeah, yeah. I guess.
Yeah,
I'll
it
take
turned out for you. Now I'm hoping to get a knight. I want a knight so bad. I got a pawn and a rook, but I can't move a rook. Oh, yes, I can. Ah! Ah!
Oh no.
See, I can move a rook. Okay, but I can also move a pawn. Okay, so I'll move the
Well,
pawn.
now we're in trouble. Now we're in trouble.
And you did not get a queen. So you have a rook or a pawn. But if you can't move a rook, you can do whatever you want. You can't move a rook. You can do whatever you want. Golly
Oh,
gee.
boys.
You see, this is what we call the. So if you had gotten, like, let's say you got a knight or a bishop, you would have lost your queen. If I got a pawn next. Okay,
Yeah.
now I'm in
There's a lot
check.
of ifs here.
A lot of ifs, but it's clear, right? It's easy to play. All right, so rook again or pawn. Okay, I cannot move a rook or a pawn and get out of check. So now I can do whatever I want.
Okay, okay.
All right, I can do whatever I want because I didn't have a legal. I was in check. I needed a legal move. All right, knight or a rook. Knight or a rook.
Oh no. Well, I can't move the rook, right?
You can't. Oh, so you can do whatever you want. That's
I guess
exactly
then
right.
Some kind of you keep your some pieces so they can't move, so it's kind of good.
Yeah, it can help you if you like. In this case, you can't move the rook. Unfortunately, I moved my knight out, so my rook can move. And you haven't moved the knight yet.
Well,
You can do whatever you
I'm
want.
gonna make it easy for you.
Okay, so I'm in
Pretty much
check.
guaranteed now.
Right. I need a
Alright,
knight
any
or a king, and I actually got a bishop and a pawn, and neither one are legal, so I can do whatever I want. I'm gonna take that way, and all right, I can do whatever I want because I was in check. You have a queen, which you do not have a queen, so you can do whatever you want. The other one would have been a bishop, but you can do whatever you want because you don't have a queen.
Well, that sounds fun. Let's move knight still.
All right, I'm enjoying this. This is good. Double fives, I can do whatever I want. I can do whatever I want. I really want to develop another piece. So here's the
rolling
tricky
doubles
one.
is good.
So this one somebody did to me yesterday. The student did this because now if you don't get a bishop and you get two legal moves, I get to win the bishop if I get a pawn or no legal or non-legal move. You have to move a pawn. 2 and 1 means you got to move a pawn.
Oh no. Well, I might try to
you got it.
counter attack.
Yeah, that's the way you do it. All right, I got a knight or a pawn. Oh, I can get my knight out of danger. Oh, wow. I'm going to take. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to get that chance again in the future.
Oh no.
All right, you have a rook or a pawn. You did get the pawn. You got lucky.
Oh,
You got the pawn. You've been doing really well.
all right,
Your luck factor is killing me. And I've got a rook or a knight. So, all right,
Well,
I'm not going to move a rook.
Not bad, not bad.
Yeah, that turned out okay.
So to castle, I have to roll a king.
You need a king, yes, and it's only on one die that the king exists. So you have to move a pawn. You got both pawn moves.
Okay. Let's give you a
Nice,
pawn move.
nice pawn move. Now pawns are most common. Like there you go. I got a pawn again and a bishop. So I can just take. All right,
Yeah, guess it was a risky move.
pawn or a knight.
Let's
Yeah.
take back.
Huh? Why not? Why not? All right, pawn. I got to move a pawn. I got a lot of pawns to choose from. I got to move a pawn.
All right, there's Metal Eagle in the chat.
Hey, Metal Eagle. Hey, I'm glad. Enjoy. Have a good time. Knight or a pawn, and you have both.
Knight or pawn.
You have both, so you have to move one of those choices.
Well, let's say hello to your bishop.
Hello, bishop. I gotta hope I get it legal, or I got a queen. I have no queen, and a bishop, so I can move whatever I want. Which I'd like to move the bishop anyway. Now, if I move I could take unless you get knight, you won't be able to take back, or if you get an illegal move. If I say check, you probably going to find a way to get out. I mean, all you need is the king, right? Or if yeah, see, even if you got, well, actually a knight, bishop, or a king, but all of those are, I don't think any of them are bad moves for you. I don't like any of them for me. Okay, I'm gonna go. We're gonna gamble. See, this is a gambling game. I think it's a gambling game. You have a pawn or a bishop. You did not get a knight, and you do have a bishop, and you do have pawns. Whew. All right, I didn't drop my bishop yet. It could still happen. So pawn or bishop?
Let's do a pawny.
Yeah, I do find that well, I can do whatever I want. I got double sixes. That's good news to me because I didn't want to get stuck with that.
6 is a bishop, yeah, okay.
Okay, we're gonna keep playing dangerous.
Oh no, keep gambling. Oh,
keep
no.
gambling. Keep gambling. Pawn, you gotta move a pawn.
Oh my. Oh my.
Hey, you know, I think this is going to be the fun of it. Is it's totally a gamble, right? I mean, you got, or you don't take the risks. I could have played very safe, but pawn or bishop. Hey, I got bishop, which I really am glad to have. All right, that worked out really well. I got really lucky on. I got 3 lucky rolls in a row. Queen or pawn, so you can do whatever you want.
Well, let's move the knight.
Ah, see, I thought you might take a risk and go after the bishop. But I've been getting lucky rolls.
I'm not feeling lucky at all. I'm not feeling lucky at all.
Pawn or rook, you would have won it. I got to do a pawn or a rook. You would have won it.
Well, then I still would have had to roll the bishop, yeah.
All right, there we go.
Oh.
Yeah, you would still have to roll bishop. Oh, anything you want. You got double knights. Anything you want.
Anything you want.
Anything your heart desires.
Well, I feel like the king wants to go hide.
Oh, that's right. You could do whatever you want, so you could actually castle. I didn't even think about that. I keep thinking I got to get a king, so that's a good call. Rook or a bishop. Rook or the bishop. I like getting the bishop out of trouble. Rook or the bishop. I have so many choices. Okay, let's try it.
Oh.
More risk. More risk. If you get a bishop, I'm in trouble. And you got a bishop. Pawn or bishop.
Okay.
There you go. My risk might turn out bad this time. I've got a knight or a bishop. Knight or bishop, and I still have a knight and a bishop, so my risk turned out poorly for me. You can get pawns too easily.
Can't cancel as a rook moves, says Gridiron. Yeah, I think so. Has to roll a king.
Yes, you have to roll a king to castle. Or just have any move you want. 2, 3. Pawn, you got to move a pawn, and you still have pawns that you can move, and 2 and 3 are both pawns.
I mean, those are not fun moves. Let's move that pawn.
It's not fun moves. Pawn or bishop? Doggone it, I have both. All right.
Bishop. Well, that kind of works out.
Yeah, I put it there. I was hoping you got to move a pawn again. 1 and 2.
Oh, well, this is gonna queen.
Yes, it's gonna. It might. I can do whatever I want. I got a queen and a king. I would have had to move the king, but the queen, I don't have a queen, so I don't have 2 legal moves. I need to have both moves have to be legal moves. Okay. And you have doubles, so you can do whatever you want. You had double bishops.
Well,
ooh, look at this.
Queen. Let's do the queen.
Hey, I just realized something. This shape that the knight makes, is a 7. And that's the number I'm using for
Oh.
knight.
Yeah.
That
Nice.
kind of works out. Okay, pawn. 4 and a
rook
1.
is 5 points, so you used 5 for a rook.
Yeah, very good. I like it. The only one that's kind of weird is the bishop. And then the most high one should be the 8, should be queen. And 8s are lucky numbers, at least in China. All right, I have to do a pawn. By the way, last night I was only doing 1 die at a time, and I would keep forgetting what the first roll was because we were talking, and I had to roll again. And then Wordy Girl said, you can show them both at the same time. So this is much better because now I can just go back if I forget. All right, so I can take the pawn, or I can push past the pawn, because in this game, I don't think you're going to get a lot of chances to make that pawn anything better. I think I'm gonna just push it 1. All right, I'm gonna try pushing it 1. I don't know if that's smart.
All right.
You got to move a pawn. 4 and 2. Now, if you landlock all your pawns, of course, you're gonna not have to move pawns after that point. So you're getting close to where you'll be in that point. The most popular piece you won't be able to move. All right, I have a bishop or a pawn. Bishop or a pawn. Bishop or a pawn. Okay.
I think chess at some point in history was played with dice.
Really? Well, not this way, I'm sure. I don't think they had 2-sided dice. You have a rook or a pawn. At least now you don't have to move a pawn. Rook or a pawn.
Well, which risk are we gonna take? Let's take this. Well, it's not really a good risk.
I don't know. It's not too bad. Let's see. I get a knight or a pawn. Doggone it. Both can be moved. I don't want to move the knight in case you do get to take. I might be able to get to take back. So I'm going to go with the pawn. Knight or a pawn. All right. Your move. You get the queen, so you can do whatever you want. You don't have a queen. Free move.
Oh no. Well.
Yeah, this is where the national master gets to take advantage of the fact that he's a national master. Yeah, you make good moves now when you can do whatever you want. Normally you roll 3 dice with pieces on it instead of number, and you can pick any one from the. Now this is more fun. Thanks, King. King, we're not doing that. Bishop or rook?
Bishop or rook? Oh no. Those
Okay.
are good picks.
Bishop or rook? I can't take anything. You moved your knight. Perfect timing. I don't want to really. I'm scared to put my. I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go there. Okay, pawn or knight. We know what a 7 is. Pawn or knight.
Well, let's do. Oh, let's do knight.
Ooh. All right, we're getting spooky. 8. I can do whatever I want. I don't have a queen.
Oh no.
I don't have a queen. What can I do? What can I do? I think I can stop you from. I could take here because you haven't gotten a king yet. Will you get a king? Let's find out. King is not easy to. I mean, you got to get an 8 on the second die. Nope, you didn't get it. Or you just have to have no legal move. So that's a pawn or a knight. And you do have a pawn and a knight. You can move both.
Well. Let's move the pawn.
I love you, King. I miss you, man. I always like it when you visit. You're awesome. All right, I got to move a bishop or a pawn. I think I still have a bishop and a pawn. I got both. I'm going to move this way. Okay. Didn't realize my king, I forgot my rook is still hanging. Oh, but you have to have a legal move. And you don't have a bishop, do you? You don't have a bishop.
Right.
You can do whatever you want.
Well, I think your rook has
Yeah.
to
Oh, my risk. I forgot that if you don't have a legal move, I'm also. I shouldn't have done it. All right, I can do whatever I want. I got double sixes. Arg! I could have castled. Anyway. All right, I just lost a rook for nothing. A knight or a pawn. I just threw away, and you can't move a pawn, so you have to move a knight. Oh, no, you don't. You can do whatever you
move a
want.
knight.
Do whatever you want. Because the first move, the pawn, is illegal. So you can do whatever you want. Both moves have to be legal, plausible moves. See, when you get down to fewer pieces, you get to do what you want a lot. So actually, if you look at it, and this is what's amazing to me, except I lost my rook in that instance. But if you look at it otherwise, how did we get back to almost equal? How did we get, in fact, we are kind of equal, except I got more pawns. But, you know, in actual material pieces, how can we be even close to equal? Okay, 4 and a 3, that means I have to move a pawn. And unfortunately, I don't really, well, this, at least this way, you can't take with both of them. You have to, maybe, I don't know. Oh, you got a bishop. You don't have a bishop. You did have a king. If you had gotten a knight and a king, that would have been legal, but you could do whatever you want.
Well, let's take a pawn.
Take a pawn. Take the pawns. Okay, I have a pawn or a bishop. I believe I still have one of each. Pawn or a bishop. All right. You have, my friend,
Mating net.
pawn.
No.
But you can't move a pawn. So you can do whatever you want.
It's whatever I want.
Whatever you want.
Well, let's move the knight.
All right. Looking good. I got a queen and a pawn, so I can do whatever I want. Okay, this time I think the check actually makes sense because you're going to have to move your king, and I'm protected at the moment. Okay. Yeah, you can't make illegal moves, so. You have a knight or a pawn, and neither one will get you out of check, so you could do whatever you want. Even if they both would have had to get you out of check. Yeah, I think I realized afterwards that, boy, I took a big risk. Okay, pawn. I gotta move a pawn. I had no choice.
Oh no.
You can do whatever you want because you got double threes. And you didn't have a pawn anyway.
Double threes. Well,
yeah, because your pawn is stuck, you realize because your pawn is stuck, the majority of the rolls are 1 through half of the rolls on both die you can get away with. All right, so that netted you another piece, my friend. And I have a pawn or a bishop. I no longer have a bishop, so I can do whatever I want. I just wish I had a way to win. If I go there, you're going to have to get out of check. The knight can get you out of check. The king can get you out of check. If I go here, you're going to have to get out of check. And the only way is the king is going to have to move and I get another move. Maybe something good can come of it. We'll see if something good can come of it. I think I'm close to getting mated. You have a knight, which you can't do and get out of check, or a rook, so you have to move your king. Well, you can do whatever you want, but we know you got to move your king.
Yeah, king has to go.
Yeah, unfortunately, you have very few legal moves left anymore. Pawn or a knight.
Easier
for you, yes.
You play the opening bad.
I think it's very easy for you now because you're in a better situation than I am because I still have pieces. I have a lot of options. Knight or pawn. You can't move a pawn. You can do whatever you want. You do not have to move a knight. You can do whatever you want.
Well, I think we're still supposed to. I'm not getting checkmated. There's no way.
Yeah. I thought you would have checked me, but I can do whatever I want.
Well,
I don't really have anything great to do, but I can do whatever I want. And I can't, if I check you, you're going to end up just taking me. Okay, and if I take here with your luck, because you have so few choices, You'd have to get a king and a knight. You'd have to get a king and a knight. Otherwise, you could do whatever you want and just take me back. Yeah, that's totally true.
So I'd have to roll 7.
Pawn. You don't have any pawns you can move, so you can do whatever you want. Like I said, you can do whatever you want a lot. In some ways, it's really good that you only have 3 pieces.
True.
Yeah.
Well, let's say
The fact that you only have 3 pieces, it actually makes it easy. Me, I got all these other pieces. Okay, double 5s, I can do whatever I want. And that would have been a rook. All right, well, we might as well throw in a check. Nothing else to do. Now, you can't move a pawn, so you can do whatever you want.
Well, I do have to get out the check.
Let's see, a knight or a king? A knight or the king?
So you have to move some one of them. Oh, scary.
You can't. You don't have any pawns that you can move. Again.
Oh, shame.
Not fair. It's just not fair.
Well, let's move the rook.
Pawn or a king? I have both a pawn and a king.
Oh no.
That's not fair. I have both a pawn and a king. I couldn't get a knight. I couldn't get a rook. No. That's just not fair. And you get a rook and a pawn. You couldn't get like a knight and a king? No. So you can do whatever you want because you can't move a pawn.
No. Oh, now you only have 2 pieces.
My risks do not work out so well. Queen, okay, queen and a pawn. I can do whatever I want. I'm hurting here. All right, I can do whatever I want, but yeah. Pawn or a knight, and you still can't move a pawn, so you can do whatever you want.
Oh, I don't know. Do you have anything very nice? Guess we can give you a chance.
Yep, it's gonna.
Oh no.
I can
So
look at this: a pawn or a king, but I can't move the pawn legally. So I gotta move. I can move the king legally. So we'll move the king. All right. Yep, you can do whatever you want. You got double pawns. Hey there. Oh, look at you. That's so nice of you. So wow. So what is this kind of stuff you're talking about here? I gotta read this. It's a long one. Yeah, I gotta read that.
Might be a bot, I feel.
It's banned, whatever it was. Okay, I get to move whatever I want. I feel like I'm getting into a mating net, but I don't really have too many choices. Yeah, I don't.
The end game in this might be very hard.
Yes. Oh yeah, the end game was very interesting. But last time I had so much, and he had only a king, so it was a lot easier. You don't have a bishop, so you can do whatever you want, and you can't move a pawn.
Well, let's take some big risks.
Finally he's going to take some risks. I took all the risks early and it killed me. Oh, great. I got to move a pawn. How's that? I still had to move a pawn because I have a pawn and I got a 3 and a 2. And you have a knight or a king. So yes, you have to move a knight or a king this time.
Of those. Oh no.
For once.
Well, I don't know if this is a good move, but let's give myself another pawn piece to move.
That's true. Your pawn might
be a big mistake.
And I get pawn again. I have no choice. You have to move a pawn, but you can't still, so you can do whatever you want.
Oh, joy.
So you've only been forced to move a piece like once in like 4 or 5 times because of the vagaries. Pawn or a rook?
Well, You might soon have a queen. Oh no.
Yeah, you never know, but I mean, I think you have ways to get out of that. Bishop and a pawn, so now you can do whatever you want.
Well, I mean, I could be boring, but let's make it very interesting and try to
Yeah,
make
go
another
for
queen.
it. Go for it. I get a knight or a pawn. I don't have a knight, so I could do a
Oh
pawn.
no, this could backfire big time. Oh no.
You can do whatever you want. You got double twos.
Well, let's make a queen.
Yeah, why not? Okay, I gotta hope for a legal move or a pawn. I got a pawn and a rook.
Well, that worked out. Ooh. Now it's very interesting. Oh no.
It is more interesting, but I didn't see any way for it to go any other way. So, queen or a pawn? You don't have a pawn. You can do whatever you want. Oh, and you're in check. You're in check anyway.
Oh wait, I'm in check. Ooh.
Yeah, you have multiple ways to get out of check, but you're in check.
Wonder what's the least bad move. Let's move there.
That's what I thought you might do. Yeah, it's okay. We can just get rid of bots. So 5 or 6. 6 is a bishop, so I can do whatever I want. That's useful. That's very useful because otherwise I could have been in much deeper waters. All right.
No. Oh no.
All right. It's not going to matter. Yep, you could do whatever you want. All right.
I mean, I pretty much have to make one legal move.
I can move a pawn or a king. I don't have a pawn. Thank goodness. Thank goodness I don't have a pawn for a change. Because, otherwise I've been very badly. My luck has been terrible. All right, what can I do though? Wow, this is I can't get to you. You're so solid over there. I want to move here, but all you have to do is get a queen or no legal move, and I'm in hot water. I have no more checks. Can I go there? Then you get nasty things like checkmate. No, not checkmate, but still. Wow. And this is why I think you need a clock for like at the right time, because the clock would keep me from like working too hard to find the perfect move, if you get my drift.
Yeah.
All right. So I got to find something. All right, let's just go there. I can't think. It's not allowed. I shouldn't be able to think forever. So that's a knight or a rook. You actually have both. You have to move a knight or a rook then. Not that it's a bad thing for you, but for once you actually are forced to move a certain piece versus doing whatever comes to mind. Instead of you being able to do whatever you want, you got to move a knight or a rook. You can't move your queen or king.
Well, let's give you a check.
Yep, and so my moves are going to be a little bit more. I can move a bishop. I don't have a bishop, or a pawn. I don't have a pawn. So I got to move the king. Okay.